for the first time, I started doing things where I was kind of getting paid for them, like as an
Mhm.
artist. And then they all just got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was complicated because I was like, oh, I finally have had something set up, and it seems to be catching on. And I was like, wow, like I had a couple things back to back that I was going to get some money for to do some work, but it like probably would have advanced other things.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that that will happen later in October. But I'm lucky enough to have I have a job that's full time, but I work tech. So the positive is they've moved us to online working.
Yep.
But it's still weird because we're hands-on tech and we're studio techs, so we're trying to figure out how to do
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So
What do housekeepers do? Hi,
no.
I'm working remotely now. Here, I'll send you the instructions on what to do.
And they just have cleaning videos. Oh my gosh. The irony, the pain. Oh my God, that's so painful. Ah, I hate that. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I'll clean your house by remote. I'll tell you what to do.
Well, I mean, that's like the thing, right? If like all peoples who had that job could just also create tech for themselves, and they're just like, yeah, I set up this robot like ages ago. I just never wanted to set it up or show it to you because you would have replaced me with it. But technically now I'm the only one who can control it. So I'm going to clean your house via this weird robot that I've been keeping in your closet. What?
Uh,
Genius.
there are some good. There's going to be so much good writing and art that comes out of this. you
I
know.
know. I know. I really hope it's a big game changer for a lot of people who've needed it. That's all I can say. Like, as much negative as there is, I hope the positive counteracts it.
Yeah, me too. I think that um, well, there's there are many doors to success. One of them is boredom. One of them is necessity.
Right.
I think people, and one of them is just complete frustration.
Right.
And then that's when people, get juiced up and start to get creative in ways they haven't been. Um, and I'm in that situation myself. I've in the last 10 days, I've lost $12,000 worth of projected income, which is no small pile of change because I do Airbnb and I have 3 rooms, and everybody's canceled through June,
Yeah.
and this is high season. And then, nobody wants arts marketing. It's everybody's saying, I'm not going to have any money to pay my mortgage, and I'm like, I'm not either. So I've been reading the journals of André Gide lately.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you? He's a. Do you know him as a writer? You know who
No.
he is? He is a late 19th century French guy who prolific, and who was quite famous at the time and knew everybody who was in theater and writing and the arts. And he lived in northwestern France, and he traveled a great deal. So he wrote journals in addition to writing other kinds of journals, in addition to writing letters and many books and translating other people's books. And I mean, he was just like, and in addition to learning, he was playing, all the current composers at the time. It was just an endless stream of output, and very observant of details. And so I'm running through this journal, uh, and I thought I would start again keeping my own, and how he has written has affected how I am writing my own. I have in the past kept journals merely to deal with some issue personally, to see it written and to see it develop, and then look back on it and try to understand why I'm thinking certain things. Um, and and but this his journal is making me look more outward
Mm-hmm.
and consider the exterior world and maybe record it. And this is the perfect time to record anything happening in the world because it is unprecedented and unsettling, and has all kinds of freshness and strangeness to it.
Yeah.
So I'm writing about that,
Oh,
and um, and feeling really like the world is moving around me. I'm kind of like, engaged with it, and it's like
Yeah.
moving like this.
It's like, oh,
you know.
no.
Yeah.
That's great. No, I really like that perspective. And it's really interesting to kind of look back at somebody observing the world in a way like, you know, pre-internet, pre-media, and the way that we, now that we have all this access to recording things and uploading them and sharing them, um, that still doesn't mean that everybody's used to doing it at this capacity, and in this
No,
kind of
no, and as I sort of examine the feel of how it is now to how it felt in the 1960s when I was a kid, I feel there's the same kind of density and uh, you as a kid, I didn't know what was going on in the same way that everybody who's a child now or who's an adult does.
Mhm.
Um, but I had um, a certain sense of the world being permeable to some extent,
Mhm.
and if at a certain rate, and if in certain very known carved out directions, and then the rest was like no man's land.
Right.
But I have the feeling that in spite of everything being out there now, that it's less permeable because it is so clouded by so much noise that is either relevant or irrelevant, and there's simply the multiplicity of things. So, and then the veracity of things too, of course, has lately become a big issue. Um, so I don't feel it's as easy to understand things as it was when they could be regarded as not pixelated masses or accrued masses of data, but rather as sort of sui generis things in themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's like what's been settling in my mind finally, because it has been feeling so like overloaded, like so overloaded, so much saturation with like
Yeah,
panic.
and it's hard to like, it's hard to it's hard to be with that for very long. Like I have to limit my time on both Facebook and in the news. It just is. It gets to be yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel the overwhelm? How is it physically? How does it feel in your body?
Um, I think there's something in my mind that has been trying to like make sense of all of it and process it. And there's been these moments of extreme presentness. It's unsettling, I should say, because I've been not allowed that for so long, to have
Hmm.
a quiet, to actually let my brain be extremely present. But with that being said, it's also very convoluted because I don't know what's going on. Like I might, no matter how much I read or how much I look up or how much emails I'm getting about updates, like we don't really know, right? There's a lot of unknowns, and that's really scary. But at the same time, the way my brain's been trying to like make sense of it is like, what do I know and where am I? Like who am I? Where am I? And that's just
Mm.
what I keep coming back to. It's like,
Yeah, it's sort of like for me, like when you are really sick and you take some drug that really works, and they have something called the Herxheimer effect, where you feel like where your body is going through um, this reaction of detoxification or
right.
shedding of inflammation load or whatever, and so you feel much worse for a few days. I kind of feel like that's happening now. Like there's some strong tonic is being administered to everybody, that is while it's clarifying in its inevitability, it's like, fuck, man, it is here. It is still, we're having this reaction to it that is all of our sicknesses coming up in the face of that. Um,
Right.
and
I mean,
not,
that's how
and,
it
and
feels.
yet we're somehow getting better.
Right. Well, I mean, because that's kind of one of those things, right? It's like if you've ever detoxed, if you've ever been
Yeah.
through that process, it's like it's really horrible and it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Excuse me.
It's
I'm
gross.
sorry, making a noise. I'm distracted here because I'm trying to find something for you.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
after your body, or, whatever it is that, your mind also starts to clear
Yeah.
and starts to settle, you start to feel whatever benefits that is. If it's your appetite, if it's clarity of mind, it's usually a multitude of things. And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. It's like, wow, I've been wrapped up in this whole momentum of what I've been calling my life. But right now,
Mm.
I'm
And you have a big momentum. You have a big momentum. You have a lot of stuff going on.
yeah. Yeah. And it hasn't always been that way. So it's like, I'm like, wow, now I'm back again where I found myself when I was a young person, where I was inside a lot. And now I have to like hold on to that again, because it's not something I've fed or harbored for a long time.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, coming back to that.
Are you like making a point of having video chats with people like daily?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have either walks or chats set up because it is, I mean, we're pack animals, yes, human
Yeah.
beings.
And we're
This is,
extroverts. We are extroverts.
yeah, we are ex.
We are. We're the ones
I,
that introverts are worried about.
I know, I know. Oh my God. I have to go look at the pie.
Hmm.
Come
Oh.
with me.
Ah, yay, pie.
This is my house, kitchen. Let's see. Pie. Oh, there it is.
Pie.
Okay, pie. Okay, so what I have to do now is I have to put the egg wash on it. So I'm gonna go. And it's beginning to smell good. I
Oh,
put as
I
many
want to
apples in
smell the
that thing as it can
pie.
possibly fit. And I use this is the pie roller I use. It is I'm very good at pie. And it is, I like this because you can actually like press to create thinner and thicker surfaces. I like it it's much more, it's like using a stick shift in a car instead of an automatic, you know? Get the
Love it.
feel of it. Oh, these are my glasses. I love having all these colored glasses, you know?
I love it.
Colored glasses are fun. And this is my cookware, my cook rack. Ain't that nice? Like copper pots and stuff.
Yes, it's my dream to have everything hand accessible all the time.
I had a friend who had a tiny apartment in the North End, and she was the head fishmonger at the fishmonger store. She was the person who did all the buying, and she had her entire ceiling installed with hooks and with these quick release things. And she had scarves and clothes. She had the entire ceiling was like a dry cleaner. She had all this stuff over this high ceiling. So it was like a low access point underneath, but she was not wasting any space.
That's awesome.
It was all around her. It was pretty good. Oh, also demonstration. This is what I stole from the bank. Ha 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 ha. I went in there because I got locked out of my credit card from some fake charge, so I went to get a new one, and my bank card, cash card. And they had these things all over there. There was nobody there, right? Nobody there. And they had Purell. And I'm like, you're in my mask. And I'm saying, I'm by the way, compromised. Do you mind giving me one of those? And he said, well, okay, I won't say anything. And so I took the thing. Oh God. I was quite proud of myself.
Good job.
So what are you going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have some work to do because we're working remotely, and then I hope to have my studio set up at some point. I know it's not going to be totally done because I think deep cleaning always takes so much time.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's satisfying.
Yes, and I'm going to take a walk because I have not been getting outside much. So
good.
Maybe a
Well,
test.
enjoy your walks and the dogs that you run into. And
Yeah, I'm like, hi, hi, and they're just like, "Oh, she's so weird," and I'm just so happy to see those dogs and the people. Yeah, the people.
yeah, the people too. All right. Well, thank you for spending time with me.
Yeah, thank you. It's so good to talk to you.
And let's do that. Do it again.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
All
Good.
right. Enjoy your pie.
Lovely. Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Good night.
Bye. Leave meeting. Yeah.